Jai Shri Ram. Hello friends, welcome to Chitra Astrola's YouTube channel. As you know that on every Tuesday, I try to share some part of my knowledge for my viewers. This channel is free of advertisements and it is free of any commercial benefit. And I only expect those who happens to visit this YouTube channel and found those videos informative, kindly circulate it so that the pure form of astrology can be circulated to some needy people. Today I am going to tell something about Venus and I will take one very dangerous chart, the chart of a lady which is in the dominating force since last 30 years, 35 years. But she hide her marriage, never that marriage comes in the open, never tell about the son, but always remained or not disclosed. That is the my opinion about that chart. But let other what people thinks, let them think. I'm not challenging anybody. This and I'm not naming any person. But thing is, the chart never tells wrong. Only thing is that it also tells the things which you are going to hide or which you are not going to tell other people. So basically, this title of this video I'm going to keep as Venus tells, or you can say Venus hides more, tells less. The, the title of that video will be Venus hides more, tells less. That means wherever your Venus is there, for everybody, Venus has to be in some house. There are 12 houses. Out of that 12 houses, whole generation is going to have that Venus in one particular house. But that native is going to hide more about that house. If Venus is in first house, native is going to hide more about himself. If Venus is in second house, native is hide going to more about family or bank balance. If Venus is in third house, the native is going to hide his skills. Venus is in fourth house. Native never likes to discuss his properties. Venus in fifth house. Native never likes to talk about love affairs or talk about child. Venus in sixth is it is a slightly complicated thing which I am not going to, because Venus in sixth and Venus in 12th is not for every person to do. Because if the person is mischievous, he take benefit out of in wrong sense. That's right. And please forgive me of not telling you what Venus in sixth and Venus in 12th can give to the relative. But only thing is Venus in sixth that he can give the capabilities of passing the examination, competitive examination by hook and crook. Venus in seventh hides about the marital relationship. Venus in seventh hides about the partner, or Venus in seventh hides about the relationship, actual relationship. But Venus in eighth native can hide about his property which he receives from ancestors, or you can say unearned property, but something he has to hide, or you can say in more appropriate, that he can hide about his extramarital affairs. It may be like that. I'm not saying this is the only one thing, but I'm telling something. And if you are finding that this thing, whatever I'm saying, is a correct and applicable to your chart, you can write down your comments. I'm not forcing anybody that you take my perspective about whatever I'm saying. Venus in ninth, the mantras or the pujas the native is performing is not going about the religion whom he is worshipping is not going to tell actually to other people. Venus in 10th, something secretive at working place, but that native will compromise at working place for the benefit of the chair. Venus in 11th, social gathering. In social gathering, something will be happen and he will hide from his other friends. And Venus again in 12th, as I told 6th and 12th, but I'm not telling actual, but in that Venus in 6th, I told in the different perspective, this different aspect that Venus in 6th, the native can clear the competitive exam in by hook and crook. Then Venus in 6th, the native can compile, native can compile some luxurious item at his home, or he or she wants to sleep around those luxurious items. So these are my perspective. Now, friends, we will share one chart. From that, you can have a fair idea. I hope now you can see the chart. This is one particular chart. Here you can see the seventh lord is Venus, and this second lord is also Venus, and he's sitting in the eighth house. That means some, and you can see this Venus is also in trine with the, you can say 4, 8, 12 axis. That means if you take Jupiter as retrograde, Venus is more or less alone, but he's also always going to have some support from Mercury, Sun, and Rahu, these planets. And Venus and Rahu combination in a girl chart is very complicated thing. Those whose chart had studied in female chart, and this thing cannot be disclosed here, but some very difficult things happens if they marry that person whom they are with. And in most of the cases I have seen for happy continuation of that relationship, they have a relationship but never married to that person. That type of thing I have seen in Venus Rahu combination in 212, or they are particularly when Rahu is going to be ahead of Venus as far as the house is concerned, or Venus or Rahu in the same chart. But Venus being in Mars sign, and wherever Venus and Mars and Rahu energy are going to be in and around, that relationship is bound to happen. But why I'm saying this chart is going to be 100% marriage chart, there is a technique in Trigunandi Nadi which I used, and I see most of the chart here that says if this is a female chart, if this is a female chart, Mars represents husband, and if Mars is going to get an aspect from the Jupiter, the marriage will be early. If Mars get aspects from Saturn, then marriage will be late. Another important second point is whenever Mars is having aspect from the Saturn, the native will 100% get married. It may vary for one day or may vary for few years, but the marriage will surely occur when there is a Saturn aspect on Mars, as far as the female chart is concerned. This condition is only for female chart. Now there is a conflict also because Ketu is also making an trine. That means there may be a separation but Ketu in a Adra Nakshatra, maybe a strained relationship will be there between boy and girl. That's why I'm saying in this chart, there is 100% possibility that the native is married. Another thing is that Jupiter is retrograde, but in moon sign, Cancer sign, sorry, you can say Cancer is exalted moon. Jupiter is there in this chart, and when this Jupiter is there, it is making a connection with the Venus. That means, and there is no direct obstruction from the Rahu and Ketu. That means the native is bound to have minimum one child. Minimum one child. Even if you go take it as a Jupiter as a retrograde, then another combination will occur. That time also it says plus minus Ketu or Mars is going to spoil one child or one pregnancy. There's a still possibility of one child. In by many ways, whatever my techniques are there, by using that, it says that there should be one minimum pregnancy or one child, and that native cannot be remain unmarried. But the marriage is going to survive or not survive depends upon that native individual characteristic, because there is a chance that in this kundli the separation between male and female has to occur. That means separation between husband and wife has to occur, and that separation reason is going to be prominently that you can say prominently is the male energy, because there is a um, from there is a placement of Ketu in between Mars and Venus. Another same thing which I tried to find out apart from the Vedic astrology, I tried to find out from the Vedic astrology by using D9 chart. You can see I had intentionally placed in the vertical fashion, not in horizontal fashions, to accommodate the title and as well as not to disclose the proper identity. There is a one, see, this Jupiter is again exalted in the fourth house, and with this Rahu connection, this means here previously it was making a in the some connection with Ketu when Jupiter gets retrograde, but here by birth it is in Jupiter Rahu. Jupiter is in Rahu Ketu axis and in fourth house. That means something happiness from the marriage is not to be there. But Jupiter is there, that means ghar to base. And that means the blessing. Another is important thing is in this D9 chart, there is an exchange of fifth lord, that is Sun, and seventh lord, that is Venus. And this exchange get, that means Venus comes in the seventh house and then initially sitting in the fifth house. That native is not going to disclose about the child and about the marriage. I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked really this video, please subscribe the channel and forward this video to other persons so that this channel can grow. I have nothing to hide, nothing to tell about the individuals, whether this is a poor people chart or a rich people chart. But only thing is karma has to be performed by everybody by hook or crook. If you are not going to perform karma in this birth, then again your pen drive will have more past history or more that you can say baggage as compared to the things when we try to exhaust our karma by doing whatever the desire is there, by taking whatever the expected things are there, so that we can go for the moksha. Because moksha is not very easy and not everybody cup of tea. Even if I try to achieve the moksha, it's very difficult. But we have to try it so that we should not take it from others, and whatever the things we can do it in a natural way by giving back to the society. I hope if you like this video, then I will tell something about another planet, because this video is particular about the Venus hides more, tells less. If you like this video, it applies or it works in the it works on your chart. Please do provide the feedback. Jai Shri Ram.